Hello, and welcome to Jadekine Gaming, 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign called the Shadow Kingdom. This is the 17th episode. My name is Bob, and I am the Dungeon Master for this illustrious campaign. With me is Vic as Mary. Right? You're still Mary?
Yeah.
Excellent. Ryan as Mother June, Adam as Dr. Richter, and Nick as also Mary.
Maribel.
Mary and Mary.
Get the Marys.
So, last we left off, there was some shenanigans retrieving a book. There was some shenanigans discussing what to do with it, and then we left off on a Tuesday, and y'all are heading back to the inn with the book that shenanigans retrieved.
Finally.
Very proud of you all. You almost didn't get it, and then I would have been like, oh no, that's option B. You succeeded in option A. So, good job. Okay. So, you're in the sewers heading back to the inn, as I recall, yes?
Yes.
Yep. Yes. Okay. Well, that's where we'll pick on up. What are you guys doing?
Head back to the inn.
Alright, you head back to the inn.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Aces. Okay. Good session, guys, and that will...
Da.
Just Benny Hill music.
You can't just end like that. You haven't given us a question. We know it's not the real until you.
Oh, don't worry. There's a question. I've already got one.
Ooh.
Just one more thing.
One more thing.
Okay.
Find Abbot.
Where do you look for Abbot?
Well,
The bedroom that Abbot's been crashing in.
That is where he is. It is late at night.
alright. Guess what, Abbot? It's time to
So
wake
I
up.
walk up and stand over him in the bed.
Loom ominously.
Just give him a moment. See if that wakes him up, or if someone else comes in and chooses to do it.
One moment. Listen, I barely had any time to prepare. Oh no, I've made a mess. Oh no. Come here, you dirty bastards.
Don't worry, it's not a mess. It's behind the screen.
No, it's a mess.
Doesn't look like a mess to me.
You'll just have to take my word for it. Okay, he does not awaken.
I'm go ahead and enter the room, and I'm going to gently, quietly awaken Abbot.
So you just like give him a little nudge, shake,
Yeah.
or do you like put your hand over his mouth?
No, I'm just gonna. It's like, Abbot, it's time to wake up. Move him over.
Yeah. I'm just standing over him holding the book.
Sorry. So, we've got more stuff for you to copy now.
He was forewarned. He knew this may be coming.
Yeah, he knew what we were doing.
If he did not nap during the day, that is his fault.
Just a little kid knuckling his eye, grabbing the book. He starts walking down the stairs.
Alright.
I would retire. And I go back to my room. And I go to bed.
Just straight to bed?
Yes.
Oh. You've done enough creepy staring over people?
Yeah, I stood over him and stood about the window.
You're like, okay.
I got that in directly.
Fed my need. Bedtime. Excellent. Like a good stretch.
It's also, I imagine, quite late. There's probably not that much traffic on the streets anyways. So, yeah.
Alright, bed.
Yeah,
You're still unconscious.
Yes, not asleep. Unconscious.
like,
And you're going to bed too?
Yeah.
Alright.
We're done.
yeah,
For the
get
night.
washed up and head to bed.
Okay. So you awake the next morning bright and early. Well, bright and eventually.
That's always a nice one to get for...
It's depending on how we trigger the God, I forgot the other priestess's name.
Pricilla.
Pricilla.
Yeah. How we
Pricilla.
trigger the Pricilla check.
Well,
we
I'm
might
looking
be-
for seeing doom for her, so a 20 is not going to mean her doom.
We could use that on union stuff still.
Yes, just feed Abbott a 20.
Yeah.
So, you awaken.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit later than usual.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're looking at like 10 to 11 when you're getting in the room and eating. So, most of your lieutenants are there. Just kind of lounging. They've already eaten, seems like. They're kind of waiting for their morning briefing. But Abbot is not. So you walk in, and Molly goes downstairs, gets some food, and brings it up. Starts serving you all. And then
Molly has to do it? Where's
Jed.
Jet?
Jep, you did not show up at normal time. He fed everyone who was there.
Okay.
Ask where Abbott is. Is he still working?
They just go, oh, I haven't seen him today. Did you check his room?
Go and check his room.
Not there.
Check the innkeeper's office.
Yep, he's there. There's he looks very, very tired. It's almost like he just got over an level of exhaustion, and you're giving him another one.
Right.
So he's very tired. He's got like 6 books laid out before him as he's copying notes from the main ledger into other books, and is kind of trying to make sense of everything that's going on there. And he looks about a little bit more than halfway through the book.
So it's like, how's it going? Have you figured out anything?
He just kind of looks up and goes, I started early records so we could get a comprehensive coverage of the entire book, but yeah, there's some shady shit here. Give me about another day and I'll have information for you.
Okay. Yeah. If you need to take a break, go ahead and do so if it's going to be like a day-long thing.
I should have it done by this evening.
Okay.
If I don't take breaks. And you, like, there's just, like, some detritus of food. He's got a teapot there that looks like... He smells like stress. Like, just sweaty stress, kind of gross. It's just friggin' plugging away, though.
Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and take an hour of your time at some point. Just sometime later.
What?
And it's like, you'll keep on. I just want to give you a short break at some point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever you say. He goes back to what he's doing.
Alright.
What, do you have access to catnap or something?
No.
No.
No, I don't have anything unless he has taken hit point damage.
I mean, I guess you could beat him. Weird choice, but alright.
Don't worry, this will work out later.
Healing is always an invigorating feeling that perks you right up. You just have to have some hit point loss.
So,
Okay, so Ryan's down there.
I'll come back up after that.
Steven goes and hands Molly, the boy Molly, a packet of paper and goes, make girl Molly sign that.
okay.
Or not Molly.
Mary. Molly, yeah. Molly is my character.
Yes.
My character, not your character. Excellent. Make girl Mary sign that.
Yep.
Just turn over, give it to Molly. Sign?
Just sign this real quick.
Don't read it either.
Yeah, so the coney will become a crony, so that's what we're looking for.
Coney's another word for rabbit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did not know that.
there's only one way to cook a brace of conies. It's in the Lord of the Rings movie.
That's also how I know it.
But
It's before fat, stupid hobbitses.
so, what do we got for today? I know that Spartacus and Jake had basically finished all of their work for the sewer stuff.
Yeah, that was their yesterday thing.
Yeah.
Whereas Molly and the doc were working on ways to get Pricilla removed from the post, which they did. So Jake, Spartacus, Molly, and the doc seem to be done. Abbot's downstairs working as per usual.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm missing somewhere.
Well, remember, the doc in that sentence is me.
Yeah.
That wasn't Doomsayer who didn't want to do the work.
Yeah, Doomsayer's working on his romance novels.
Yeah, Doomsday free time until lab is open. Right.
Yeah.
Right. It says it right here.
It's like, I was actually a player character
So
who stepped in to do that work because
It's
it just needed to
literally
get done.
One line above what I just read.
So, yeah. It's Molly, Jake, Spartacus, Doomsayer, Abbot, and Steve McQueen.
The lawyer. He's a lawyer.
Well, he did do that thing for the Harrigan's contract, but last thing that he was working on was legal status related to the union. As far as I remember, his task.
Oh yeah, he's all the way up there. Yeah, he didn't really get distracted. Okay, let's see how he did, shall we?
Yeah.
Oh, you dirty whore. Are you freaking kidding me?
If you need a box, I have another one.
I don't have any space for a box. I've got a freaking neck in the goddamn way.
I have left plenty of room there for you.
For a box?
No, just to push this out like
No,
that.
because then you'll sit there and keep staring at everything I do, and it drives me up the freaking wall. Okay. So, Steve is done with his investigation, and he can tell you that the Union is not a political entity. It is only, in and of itself, a economic entity. So it doesn't have political power over the station. It's just because everyone in this area does work for the Union pretty much. That's what its power in the area is. So if you did something to take it over, there would be no political ramifications of doing so. It's not tied to the Union boss. He's just been in charge for a while. And it is... Okay, he did. And there is a system to... there is a system that you can use to introduce a vote for new leadership.
Oh, wunderbar. So,
If you are a union member, so you'd have to get someone to do that on your behalf.
okay.
I wonder whom you could convince.
Yeah.
If only you had a religious zealot.
So,
A vote of no competency.
I'll go ahead and ask Steve this, since it'd be probably something more in his wheelhouse. Maybe even Spartacus would have some good input. Okay, if we're able to use the information that we collected from the embezzlements of the Ledger in order to convince people to go ahead and kick the current union boss out of his position, what do we want to think of as far as potentially getting a new person in there? Because his current job that he does as far as the union is negotiating contracts between whatever the workers and businesses and all that kind of stuff. As far as getting a person to replace him, so we have somebody who will be able to help the union with contract creation and being able to advocate for them.
Also, is that not illegal? The embezzlement.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh yeah, fair.
I mean, I feel like we know a very
It's true.
specific individual who really likes to uphold the law. Perhaps we could use that to our advantage this time round.
Yeah.
It is one of the benefits of working dealing with people who are zealots, religious zealots for law, is that you point them at the problem, they will take care of it if you can give them the proof.
That at least clears out the spot, and we just have to figure out the second.
Molly just kind of goes, does that mean we don't get the money?
Well, we've already taken some of the money.
Sort of, to pay for the chops. We'll have to... The money that we ended up borrowing was from actual union accounts, so we're going to have to put that money back.
The money you borrowed was disguised by Abbot as a legitimate fund from the union. So it was something that the union legitimately paid for, is what you borrowed, what you got from the union.
Well,
So
we could think of it as our service fee for
it
uncovering
is
this.
disguised as something else. So that's the benefit of Abbot as your lieutenant, as opposed to one of your other lieutenant choices. Is that's what Abbot does.
Okay.
Is very good at that specifically. But yeah, he disguised it fairly well, as you recall.
And it is something that we're doing for the benefit for the union, so it might not have to be something that us personally have to concern ourselves with.
You're usually, you don't gotta be moral about anything.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, there's a few different ways as well. If we put someone in who skims off for our side, and it could even be in a legitimate way. I mean, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying too much attention to your hullabaloo. As you laid out your church, is like a tithe a part of it?
Oh, we gladly accept donations for any of the...
But is there any sort of the thing where, by doing this, it's gonna be better overall, and convince maybe someone in the business? I mean, obviously, person who's
Molly just goes, indulgence!
Well,
She rolled a natural 20 on her intelligence check.
Nah, clearly you gotta start preaching that wealth ministry.
Yeah, papal indulgence.
You gotta put in that seed money.
You gotta put in that seed money. It'll come back to you.
well,
But something like that might be something that a corporation could in fact tithe. So the union as a whole could be giving through that excuse.
Oh, well, we could say that it's a charitable donation, considering that we're planning on doing good things in the area. I mean, if that's a tax write-off...
Planning on doing great things in the area.
If that's some sort of tax write-off with the Brothers of the Scale, so much the better. So, I don't know, looking at Steve.
Oh, you're asking if it is.
Yeah.
She just kind of sits for a minute and thinks and goes, Abbott would probably know better, but I think there's a hole there.
That could be something where we're managing to get a continual income out of it. And I mean, I know the obvious entry was Agatha.
Mm-hmm.
She knows the business at least. Not sure if she has interest in running, but she seems to be quite enthralled with you.
Oh, yes. But...
yeah, seems reasonable. Freaking bards.
Oh, yeah. But as far as having some sort of protege to take over the union boss, I don't know. Did you want to handpick somebody, Steve, or do you have a better idea for that?
I mean, I could do it, but I would no longer be able to take care of things at the top organizational level.
More
My
valuable here.
recommendation would be to find someone within the union who we can...
Oh, yeah. I wasn't planning on having you doing the job as far as you picking somebody to do the job.
There's no reason Agatha couldn't do the job.
And if she's handling it through advice to the church, I do believe you've persuaded Abbot to the same viewpoints. They could get along, and he certainly has the monetary know-how to guide her in the right direction when needed.
Well, she could certainly do the boss's day-to-day work. She's been doing that for years, it seems. I don't know as far as her negotiation abilities, but...
Well, she could always hire outside help.
That's true. And we could, somebody who would negotiate could have a fee or what have you.
I've been thinking that maybe we should set up my own law firm. I can hire my own lawyers so that we always have someone to handle the business, but that'd be a big outpouring of coin, and right now we're trying to get a lab up and running.
Yes.
Yep. Well, I think that we should at least do the good work of go ahead and get this union boss out of sorts, and then maybe I'll have some better way of negotiating with our real estate broker in order to get that property. Between that and me wanting to have my own space for my sermons.
Okay.
But yeah, need money.
So it's about noon while this all wraps up and you finish eating. Abbot probably has, 6 or 7 more hours worth of work to do before you can give you answers on the books about what exactly he has found. So you guys have that time to spend as you will, and do you have any orders for your lieutenants?
Who's not currently working on things?
You wake up then.
Yes.
Quite a lot of them.
Girl Mary wakes up.
Right. So,
I like that you don't get to be Maribel.
It came second. You get to be girl, Mary.
It's too many words. What's the thing like? What is those?
Syllables?
Yeah, too many syllables.
Syllables.
I like the word escaped me completely. But I love that, just freaking elementary school. You guys remember how it is.
yeah.
No, I just...
Clap them
You're saying
out.
it's too many of something. It's...
And the word.
It can't be too many words. It's one word.
So I had to learn it in elementary school. She clapped them out.
Yeah.
Get up. Is there like a basin of water in the room?
There is a chamber pot.
Nice.
You have to go down the hall to get to the wash area.
Yeah.
You wake up, your head is sore, your stomach's sour, you've got a taste on the back of your tongue like you've been just licking a horse's butthole all night.
So I'll grab some.
Too visceral, man!
It's medieval. It's fantasy Kentucky. Of course, it's a butthole.
Yes.
I mean, a horse.
I get my clothes. I wander down to the bathroom wash area with a little wash basin and just dunk my entire head in there. Just my ears just up off the water. Yes.
Okay.
Get that
Come
wash
back up for air. Go back down. Come up, get dressed, and wipe the rest of myself down. Then go on down to the main room, the common room. Breakfast.
Oh yes. Sock bath.
Jep's just sitting there like, all right. And he walks in the back and comes out with a platter and puts it down in front of you. Mostly meat. Just greasy meat.
Yes, the food. just pour myself into that, just slowly eating. Do you have the hot liquids?
Yeah, sure.
Can I get some hot liquid?
Absolutely. He goes in the back, comes back out, and hands you something. Alcohol. It's warm. It's like a mulled cider.
Okay.
It is a hot alcohol. Little hair of the dog.
I know a real great hangover cure.
Just don't stop drinking.
Drunk.
It's like,
Necessary PSA because of YouTube. Don't just keep drinking. Get some help.
Oh yeah, no, that...
Stop it. Get some help.
Unless you want to find yourself in a situation where other people are taking advantage of you and making you sign contracts against your will.
Which we would never do. Of course.
Yes, this is an evil campaign to show you things you shouldn't do.
I mean, yes.
Unlike our good campaign to show you things you still shouldn't do.
that Brotherhood game was awesome. two of us were really into the good side. One of us like, why'd you keep turning down money?
There's nothing evil about getting paid.
They need it more than us.
Listen here, comrade.
One of these days, I still want to return to that and just make you have to be dragged back into them.
Oh no, I'd have so much fun getting dragged back
I know.
in. You want to throw that one shot together, like, it would not break my heart.
Nope.
We'd have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, but I drank that slowly over the course of this big meal of meat.
Okay. So, you
I
guys...
catch her in the middle of that meal.
Oh, yeah, you come downstairs around that time.
We were still talking to the lieutenants, because who is not working on something?
Jake, Molly, Steve...
Okay.
Like, Jake, Molly, Steve, Spartacus, everyone except for Doomstayer, who is currently reading.
Yes,
He's working on a book.
Mm-hmm.
And Abbot, who's working on accounts, are free. Like, you literally have almost a full board to play with.
Yeah, so that's important that we do something with.
Right.
You don't want to just give him free time?
Is there any benefit to that?
Morale?
Not really. I mean, it gives them more money in their pockets for weird things like suits.
Well, then we definitely can't give Molly any more time.
Like, when they have free time where they're not assigned to something, I have them doing things. And sometimes those things bring information, very rarely. And most of the time, it's just money for them to buy weird crap that I decide they have.
As far as what to assign them to, my first thought that comes to mind would be assigning Molly to Pricilla to actually get a basically like a idea of a psych profile on her. But what I'm looking for is more or less whether or not to do the thing that where we tried to get her to uncurse Jeb. Whether or not it would be better to either try to deceive her into doing it or try to essentially pick a fight with her and say, I bet you can't do this type of deal. I'm not sure how.
Okay, so you want Molly to do like a deep dive into Priscilla's personality.
Yeah.
Okay, you are aware this is not Molly's strongest suit. She can try it.
Who would be better?
No,
Steve.
a different dex based in
a different info.
yeah,
person.
there was
Okay.
like 3 different info people,
Sure.
and they all have their own specialties. This one is just not specifically Molly's specialties.
Okay.
Information gathering. She can do it. She would be the best one to try and do it.
Okay.
This is not her strongest suit, though.
Okay.
So,
if that's,
like, I'm just saying, because you would be aware of this if you were going to give her any bonuses or anything like that throughout the day to get it done. You would need to know now. That's the only reason I'm giving this information. So you can continue on with your orders.
It's Jet. Where's the boy? Why don't we just have the boy try and... I mean, he wants people to do it, right? Why doesn't he just talk her into it?
you think that would actually succeed? I don't.
I see he might be quite persuasive today. Maybe I can go along.
If you've got an idea.
Just shove a 20 on Jeff.
Shove a 20 on a Jeff.
Go talk to her, Jeff. Today's your day.
Or do you save the 20 for her save? To know he's actually cursed.
Yeah, but if she knew that, she might realize her god cursed Jeff for reasons. Because that's what we're banking on, is Jeff was cursed by her god.
I was like, what are you talking about? Jeff's not cursed. We're banking on her doing it, and then we sell it as that's her lack of power.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Well, also
Couldn't
it's
even
just
share one
figuring out the
unfortunate
process,
child.
finding out what the process with it all is, which means one of us really has to go. Anyways, I can go with that. As far as things for I don't know who or others, I mean we're making good progress here, and I think pretty soon we'll be wanting to push our boundaries. I'd like a little more information on the neighboring districts that we might be moving to.
Oh, look at Mr. Ambitious over here.
So who do you want to send on information gathering in neighboring districts? Because Molly would be your standard choice.
I also
If
feel
you have
like
a
Jake
non-standard way to figure it out.
Jake might be a decent one just because, as far as... I mean, it might be going into a dangerous spot, and he would be good at dealing with going into a dangerous spot.
I mean, he can go in there and pick fights.
Just see
but
if there's an
just to figure out
existing
who... Because
criminal.
we're looking at who the fights might be picked with.
Well,
I mean, we're not necessarily looking at a deep dive at information about it. We're just looking at...
one zone is... There's 2 adjacent zones
Okay.
that you can move into.
Only 2? Okay.
Yeah. And one zone you have been in pretty extensively because that's where the Horsehead Tavern is.
Okay, so that's what... Well, the missing people were often in.
Yeah.
So we have some side
Mother
information.
June spent some time there. I think you spent some time there. Nick spent some time there. Oh, wait.
No.
He's dead.
Dead. But do we know anything about the other one?
Not much. You haven't really gone there all that much. You went there kind of once to ruin a small child's life.
Oh, it was fun.
I thought that was down by the docks.
No.
No.
No, I came back this way. I was just upset. So I found a child where I could.
I thought we couldn't mess with the other districts until we've captured the one that we're
We
in.
can, but we can learn about them.
Yeah, you can investigate them, but you can't start working on actually capturing them.
Yeah. I'd say...
So basically, if you went into another district before you captured this one and killed a person of influence,
someone
it
else
would
of
have been
influence would be replaced by the time
he
we
would
get there.
be replaced because you haven't started to dismantle the actual underlying support structure.
I would say Molly to the one that we know less about, since we have that, and...
Molly was working on Pricilla. So...
Well, that's what I was... Sheriff, I wanted... I mean...
yeah, I'm just so you know,
Yeah.
she can do one thing. Splitting her time is not... Well,
No.
she can try and do both. It's just not efficient, and she might not get either done.
That's something that I wanted to ask her. And so, because of whatever her particular specialization as an informant, that she's not as well suited to the whatever personality deep dives. Is it possible for Molly to recruit an underling who's got a different specialization than her?
Once we have a actual chain set up and all that, yeah, but
No.
it would... I feel like relatively soon I'd be able to, but not quite yet. She needs
A base.
level.
Okay.
You basically need to have a area under your control before there can be like kind of sub-lieutenant.
Just like we can't really grow our numbers until we have...
Yeah.
Well, you could start growing your number if you had a base.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those things where it would be hard for her to find someone thusly.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to do a deep dive on Pricilla so much as can someone go look
You're
at...
not there. You're downstairs eating greasy food.
And not part of the gang.
You don't get to. Yeah, you don't get to add your voice until you're part of the gang. I wanted to get you in the gang, but Ryan's like, no. We have more things to discuss before we're allowed Girl Mary to come in.
Well, we're just picking what the lieutenants are doing for the day, so. Yeah, because we.
I'm waiting.
Yeah, I'm waiting too.
Yeah. Oh, did you have an idea of something?
Oh,
No.
for the lieutenants? No.
No, he's got a thing he's gonna.
Oh, okay.
Bring.
No. I got none for that.
Okay. So.
You two are the brains of the operation currently.
Yes, yeah, we're the...
Yeah, that's right. You're the brains.
Yeah.
I thought I was playing a wizard who had high intelligence, but then I was just going to fireball everything.
I mean,
I've done the math. It is the logical solution.
fireball. I didn't ask how big the room is. I said I cast fireball.
Okay, so
I
our,
love that we're going.
so our extra one, we have... Spartacus is not doing anything.
Right.
What is he? Neat, orderly...
I don't know. Steve doesn't have anything currently assigned to him, right?
That is correct.
Steve, could you work on figuring out the situation of turning my church into something that's like a charity for
Okay.
financial
You want
reasons.
legal recognition of the church.
Right.
Yeah, you can do that.
Thank you.
That's good for that. What's Spartacus do? What's his job with us?
Logistics.
He's a logistics guy.
Yeah.
Logistics.
He's the reason you have super nice tunnels through the sewers.
He is about movement specifically.
Yeah, his specialty is getting things where they need to be.
Which will be super great once we have a place for them all to go.
So again, in that district we know little about. Can he look into who is moving things of worth, moving things?
Yes, he can.
So figure out what people in that area are doing that kind of movement. And likewise, Jake can go into that same area because we know some of the people power in the other one, but in that one and see, are there that kind of who's the muscle, who's throwing that kind of weight around to...
Are you going to send them in together so Steve has protection, or are you going to send them in separately to work on two separate things?
What do they think?
Spartacus,
What is
not
Steve's...
Steve.
Yes, right to go.
Steve very specifically is like...
No, because Steve is working on the church thing.
Yeah, Steve is it's Spartacus and Jake.
Yeah.
Spartacus is just goes, just because I'm big doesn't mean I fight.
Yeah, if you think you'd be better together, then yeah, that's fine.
Jake's
So work
just
in the
like,
same area.
Spartacus is like,
Clean.
yeah, actually.
And that's everyone, right?
I have to imagine
Right, that's
Spartacus doesn't like handing that out to people.
well,
He's
that depends.
cherishes
It-
his uses.
Do you want to take Molly with you, or do you want to reassign her to something else?
We'll leave her doing that as well. We might get this taken care of and it be moot point, but then that's one day that...
Okay. Yeah, and say if you get taken, we can reassign her to something tomorrow if nothing comes of it.
That is also an option.
Yep.
No. So yeah, go ahead and while you might not be specialized in it, go ahead and try to figure out Pricilla so we can get her out.
Okay.
Otherwise, we head down. And we'll let them talk before we do what we do when we get down.
Yeah.
And so this is looking into the non-Horsehead district.
Yeah, because we already know we at least know one of the rival factions over there.
Yeah.
But we know almost nothing about the others, so it's like might as well have at least a little information about what's on both sides of us.
That is not how you spell that. Nope. There it goes. Okay. So yes, as you're halfway through your food, Pixie with a horn coming out of his forehead comes and sits down and puts a big old stack of papers right in front of you.
Well, you remember me talking last night? Well, we talked last night, and I heard your situation. It's a rough spot, kid, and I gotta admit to you, finding a job in this city, it ain't easy. Now, these terms, they ain't generous, but they're fair. And we can always renegotiate if you do good work. I ain't here to set you up with something that's, for life or nothing.
You have a stack of papers about this thick.
Not for life or nothing.
I know, the amount of paperwork you gotta do in this city, it's nuts.
I do remember talking to a little unicorn with wings.
That's me.
I was going to ask the barkeep if he knew about Giles, but you oh, that's right. You're the one to tell me always read over stuff so I don't get screwed again.
You should, but yeah, this stuff's pretty dense.
I'm gonna do that. I order a water, or the equivalent of.
Water is water, Nick.
Well,
It's
it's
The
maybe
equivalent, I want water the equivalent of. They give you milk? I don't know.
water, or it's like.
Well, we have purified food and drink.
Oh, okay. It's like, or the watered down mead, so we don't get the runs. But no, we have magic. We just have water.
Don't worry about cholera.
Yeah, you can just have water.
Yes.
Okay.
And then
I mean, it is Kentucky.
I will go sit down and start reading this paperwork.
Okay.
Well, if you have any questions, ask. Otherwise, you just sign at the back.
Do you have any training in legal? Proficiency?
Obviously.
I like that he checks though.
the druid.
Herbalism, carpentry, vehicles, and elven.
Oh, well, vehicles.
Vehicles, yeah, vehicles counts.
Because I was convinced I needed vehicles versus whatever not folk hero got.
Well, somebody certainly taken for a ride.
Okay, so
Can I use insight against a contract?
Sure.
you can do an
Knowledge Arcana.
investigation at disadvantage.
Do yes.
There's that one feat that allows you to go through ciphers, like create and decipher ciphers. I would allow that to give you advantage if you had that, but I don't recall the exact name of it. It's like, I think it's a linguist thing. Is it just linguist?
I believe
It might be, yeah. I think it also gives you like 3 languages or something.
Yeah, I think it's just linguist. I guess you use that. But yeah, so yeah, disadvantage.
In your world, when do druids prepare their spells? I haven't prepared for the day. So can I do that, then start in on this?
You would have. I mean, this is hours after you.
You get your spells back when you finish a long rest. Obviously.
But when you actually prepare them and switch
If
them
you're
out,
if you're swapping them out, that would be usually when you wake up for
Yeah.
D&D.
Oh, well,
This is like an hour later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ciphers are intelligence check, DC, or intelligence score plus proficiency bonus.
What feat though?
It's linguist.
Yeah. Do you have the linguist feat?
no, I don't believe I have a feat.
No.
So yeah,
None of us should, unless we're variant human.
Yeah,
Variant humans.
Or
you can take it at disadvantage. I don't know. Bunnies are weird.
I mean, yeah. I
We're gonna have that
Oh,
4.
poor buddy.
4 or 20. Well, disadvantage. So
Yeah. So a 5.
I mean, you're reading through it. Says that you would become part of an organization. That the organization would be willing to help you pursue your goals. There's a lot of language in there that seems like you'd be getting a lot of help on the things you want, and you definitely feel like you have a good grasp of the contract, and there's nothing really, no hidden barbs in it or anything like that.
But I do spend the actual time to read through all of it. But if that's
Yeah,
after
at the
my
end of
5,
it,
yeah.
you completely misunderstand. A lot of the clauses in there are things like you
that
know,
double back on itself.
yeah, you know, the signee, and then there's like a reference to who the signee is in this particular portion, and the signee is not you.
Yes.
The signee is
The party of the first
organization.
part.
Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of like double speak party language where they just redefine it for that specific section.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like that if you sign this, they totally have to help you with your vendetta eventually.
yeah. You just missed the part where your vendetta has to be our vendetta.
Yeah, pretty much.
And is there anything about pay in there? Or is it just, you get to stay at this inn?
It says shares.
Oh.
Share the company. You know, only really profitable companies offer shares.
It's a profit sharing.
But mostly, I go through looking to see if I'm giving them any money. There's no debt that I will be in for joining them.
Not that you can see.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can try this out. And there's no time requirement or breaking contract stuff?
I mean, you saw some, like, you know, have to fill out such and such forms. It needs to go through appropriate channels. Parties must agree.
Okay.
But, yeah, nothing that, you know.
Okay, this seems above board. There's a way to get out. I don't owe them money. It is a job. They'll help me with vendetta. It's everything I'm looking for.
It is. Take it from me, the cute fairy with the unicorn horn. You can trust me.
Yeah, that dude's totally not a lawyer.
Yeah. So after like 2 or 3 hours, drinking water and sobering up, and I go ahead and sign the contract and go find the ferry.
Alright, Ferry, where are you at?
Just hanging out at the bar.
Yeah, super easy to find.
Mm-hmm.
Barely an inconvenience.
Hanging at the bar,
Hey,
looking
man.
your direction.
And it's like, oh, so what'd you come? What's your decision? You gonna give us a go?
Yeah, it sounds like a good position that I can bring a lot to this company. Shifty-eyed.
We
like-
do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I didn't even have my patron write that contract.
Yeah.
Nope. He might be, but he's sort of all of our patron. He's our legal face.
No, you didn't have Eldrick Daddy right
Yeah.
for you.
After I hand it over, it's like after he says we do a lot of stuff, I realize there's nothing in here about what they actually do.
You know what you're required to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's very open-ended. Like I said, we can always renegotiate later. I'll go ahead and get these papers passed through the system. In the meantime, just be around.
Like this room, or
Well, yeah, this is our main meeting hub in the mornings.
oh, okay. So where do you meet in the mornings?
Here,
Oh,
in the
okay.
common room.
You know we meet upstairs in the other room.
I do.
Okay. As long as you know.
I'm not telling this person here. I don't actually know what the contract says.
You're like, I also have not read this.
I sure as heck weren't going to sign it. But yeah, all of the guys left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I go, yeah, so yeah, the lawyer's out for the day, so we'll get this into him at the evening, and we'll get it all cleared out by next morning.
Is there anything I should bring to the morning meeting, or any appropriate, style of dress?
Nah, we're pretty casual.
Can't wait
Please
till
let the first person you see be Molly. Have Molly come down and collect him.
we're pretty casual. I feel so underdressed. In what has to be just like heavy duty denim overalls. Good farm wear.
They're like, these are my nicest blue jeans.
I mean, that sounds a lot like some family of mine who got their nice blue jeans.
It sounds
They're the
a lot
ones
like
you wear. They're the ones you wear to the funerals. The nice blue jeans.
Well,
They're the
shit.
black blue sheets.
That's about my days. I'm gonna go take some naps.
All right, you can go take some naps. Excellent. It's nappy time.
Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I can stay up at night in case you need me.
So after our meeting, I go down. I get something to eat.
They had food brought up for you,
Okay.
so you can just start on your date.
Well, then I go find. What's that boy's name?
Jeff.
There he is. I remember now. It's Jeff.
How could you forget? You came
He's,
here.
I've noted this.
he's currently giving water to a very hungover bunny.
Yeah, wait for him to be done with the customer. You feeling playful?
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
I am an adult.
That makes it worse.
Okay, well, if you want to play your whole little I'm cursed game, let me know.
I am cursed.
So we are
Did you
playing.
want? Yeah. Okay. So if you're playful, yeah, we can go by the Pricilla. Maybe you can convince her to remove it. I see. Have you asked? Have you asked?
It's not gonna work.
I see good things from you asking.
Okay.
You ask. You don't. You say just you want it done, and just so that you can settle it for yourself once and for all. If she removes the curse and the curse is still there, you know it's not a curse.
Okay. Sure. We'll give
Let's
this a go. It's not gonna work, but all right.
Let's see. And off we go.
He keeps trying to hold your hand.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
Those poor albino Namekians.
Man, they drink all that water.
How do you think I got so fat?
Just, top tier, excellent.
All right. So that's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Ryan, what you doing?
You still under contract to play in the hall?
No, I think I finished that, right? Because I had it to where I did a full day, the half day on the day of, and then I only had the half day that I finished up yesterday, right?
Yeah, but you still play pretty much every day.
Yeah.
Half day. You just had an extra half day through.
Mm-hmm. As far as what I want to do, well, I do need to go and talk to Abigail at some point to try to figure out. Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Aha.
I need to. I don't know. Would they allow me into the kitchen to make something in the Red Horse Inn?
You could certainly try. You can go and ask.
Yeah.
There's an ogress standing there.
I'm trying to think if anybody would have any sort of like tongues or anything that I could.
Most people have tongues.
Yeah. Some
You're
even have
welcome.
two.
And it's like I don't.
It's like, you're the bard. You're the closest one that would probably actually have access to that.
And it's like I don't have any language powers. I'm going to go and get a piece of paper and draw. What I'm going to draw is.
You do know somebody that speaks her language, though.
Jed?
You literally walked past him to get back.
I'm sure her husband.
Also, you know, freaking Abbot does.
Well, he's busy. Yeah, okay, then I'll go ahead and ask the innkeeper. I wanted to use the kitchen. I wanted to make something. I wanted to make a dessert for Abbot as a reward for him working hard.
You're like, all right.
Would I be able to bother your wife as much to be able to get in there and maybe? I mean, she could help if she wants to, but I don't want to get in her way.
I'll ask. He pops his head around the car and goes, "Hey, Misty, Mother June wants to cook some. She gonna be in your way? She does so?" Alright. Misty says it's fine. We're relatively dead right now.
Alright. Well, thank you much.
Did she have a name before?
Yeah, her name's always been Misty.
Did we know it?
No, you never knew it.
We still don't know Innkeeper's name either.
His name is Innkeeper.
Also, we just established that she at least understands Common.
Oh, we've known that for a bit.
Yeah. You could just talk at her.
She's, like Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Alright.
She's
Well,
not,
yeah.
I'm molding her into Chewbacca in my mind.
Kids?
Well, you don't have to. We have the holiday special. We know what Lady Wookiees look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's not what she looks like.
So I tried to think of a recipe that I think would suit Abbot's tastes.
Sugar on top of more sugar.
Okay.
Now,
How do you make a cake that resembles a very large woman?
Okay, so, yeah, what are you making?
If anything, I was thinking of maybe checking her into the brothel for
Or
something.
no, you make two cakes. One's delicious and one's poison. You make him bet on which one's which. And he has to eat it.
That'd be a really interesting way to replace a lieutenant, but alright.
hand pies. I'll go ahead and do that. That sounds good.
Okay, pies with hands in them, or just pies this size?
Pocket hand-sized pies.
Okay.
Turnover type stuff.
Well, what ingredients do you have?
What's in the kitchen that I can use?
So you're not so much using the kitchen as using the kitchen.
Well, I could go out and buy stuff, I suppose.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, investigation check?
No, I'd say I'll go out and buy ingredients and then come back.
Okay. That's what you're doing, and then since you're going out, you're drinking, you're reading still. Adam, you and Jeff are walking down the street.
Yep.
And you
go where we're going.
So you're just going.
I have no sense of camaraderie with this child. I'm using this child to find out information about this because we decided we needed that information.
So where are you taking the child?
From what we found, that she is generally at her church, which I believe is also her home. So she is most of the time in service there. So we are going there first.
Okay. So you walk up to the church and you open the doors and walk through?
Yeah, well, I mean, open the door so it seems like publicly open.
Yeah.
Let him lead through.
You totally forget why you're there. Oh, wait, sorry. Wisdom save.
$21.
You totally forget why you're there. You are just standing there by yourself. There's no one with you. Why did I walk all the way out here?
That's a good point.
Is Pricilla there?
Yeah.
Okay, I needed to do something with someone with her. She's here today. I head back to the inn.
Okay.
You did not hold hands.
No, he did.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you didn't? You just said I need.
Well, I mean, he grabbed my hand at some point, but...
Alright, it wouldn't have changed anything.
Yeah, okay, I didn't think so. But... Does he manage to stop me? Even though I don't perceive him?
Wisdom save. With advantage.
Same thing I just got, which was...
21.
Yeah, 21.
You stop and notice Jep's pulling on your arm. You're like, I was just looking for him.
Yeah. Oh. Glad you followed me here. She was in. So what happens when I try and re-enter the building?
You get another wisdom save.
If I waste my 20 on it, then it's pointless to have brought him here.
No, then you could actually ask the question, but...
What are you going to do? Gamble or not to gamble? That is the question.
$17.
Yeah, Priscilla's here. Good. You need to ask her something. Totally forgot why you're there.
I stand there, probably long enough that she at least notices.
Yeah, she, has seen you twice now.
Yeah, like she can see, assuming she's close enough to see my face, she can see, a clearly puzzled look. I step up the door.
Yeah, you just turn around and walk off again.
This time, I probably walk 15 feet out into the street, and I'm just looking around.
Okay, you can take another wisdom save. Not at advantage, though.
You did not do as good if whatever you did. 17.
Something to do with the boy.
You better go get him.
Good point.
You're gonna have to memento this stuff.
We'll go back inside.
Back into the church?
Yep.
Alright, you walk in, no problem.
Yep. Pricilla, is it?
Yes, it is. How can I help you, sugar?
Pleasant. Yes, I've heard. You seem to be the local Clergy. There's a boy at an inn I'm staying at, and he's I think he's just disturbed, but he keeps constantly referencing that he feels that he's cursed. Probably nonsense, but well, I've heard.
Jep?
Yes, Jep. Yes, and perhaps you've heard him playing his.
You have an option now. Are you going to replace her role, or are you going to keep your? Or you let her keep it?
Do I know what she is rolling for?
You're aware that when Jeff's name gets brought up, people either look confused or respond with, I've known you since you were born."
So she could be rolling wisdom saves.
Yeah.
Do you want?
I'm trying to figure out if it matters, because
If she realizes he's cursed, then she could, do the decurse. But if she realizes he's cursed and that her goddess cursed him, that could lock this out forever.
I got a spare.
Forgets.
Yeah. I got a spare 7 I'll give her.
Okay. She looks at you and goes, "That boy's always... I've known that boy since he was born. He's not cursed."
I know that. But as a holy priestess, you're capable of removing curses, right?
Yes.
Could we arrange something for you to do the ritual, cast the spell? Perhaps just... I mean, really, that boy gets on his nerves. Every time you say his name, he declares that he's cursed. Let's just prove it to him.
I don't see the need to waste a spell slot on a child who'll surely grow out of this phase.
I implore you. I will persuasion for her to do it.
Okay.
I will get natural 20 for 23.
Oh yeah, no cheer component for your curse. It's not even expensive.
Hey Nick, what number is that?
That's a natural 20 to fight his natural 20.
Useless. With a capital Y.
What's your modifier?
My total is 23.
+3.
Yeah, +3.
She looks at you and goes, "You know, I feel like it would be a waste of my time and the power that I have been graced with for that particular task. But you know what? If you bring him on in here, I'll have a word with him."
All right, well, I'll get him. I start as if I'm walking out.
And as you walk out, there's a boy just sitting dejected on the stairs. It is Jeb.
Yeah, Jeb.
It's not I didn't just throw a new child in your path.
Say, is this Jeb or one that I need to scar for life?
No, it's Jeb.
Hey, Jeb. Pricilla wanted to talk to you. Very fortunate that you're here. It's a sign.
Maybe.
So you try to get Jeb to go into the thing?
Yep.
Okay, wisdom save.
For me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't see how it matters, but 7.
Where is that boy?
Okay, so I go off to get him while he now goes to talk to her. She needs to remember it's not me. Because remember, she just said for me to send him in, so
Yeah.
I've sent him in.
So, as you searched around for about an hour, and you circle around, you come back, Jeb's still sitting on stairs.
It could be the curse keeps him from going into the holy place he was banned from without help.
You can do an intelligence check for memory, or is that wisdom? What's the one that helps out with memory? That's intelligence, right?
Yeah, that's where you pull your knowledge is from. So
You can do intelligence or wisdom. I'll let you do either. It's just a straight stat check.
Yeah, it's
Well,
more or
I
less
will
where
do
you-
intelligence.
Where you decide.
21.
You recall, Molly, in the original briefing that you guys had about Pricilla discussing how the church itself is hollowed. Jep does not seem to be able to enter the building.
Tackle him through. I do
Well,
not
so
actually know how
if-
hollow works.
Do I remember enough to know that I'm supposed to be bringing him to her?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll open the door and let her know. Jep says, whatever, for some reason he doesn't feel like he can come in, but I've got him outside if you want to talk to the boy.
Okay. So, she walks out and sits down on the steps with Jep and goes, Jep, what seems to be the problem? And he goes, well, I'm cursed. What is...
That's one hell of a curse, though. Nice. Gotta hat your hats off and do a little applause for whoever set that one up. Good work.
She goes, now, Jep, I've known you since before you were born. I watched you come into this world. You're not cursed. And, I guess Jep's going to attempt a persuasion check on her. I am cursed. I swear to all the divines I have been cursed. You could just see your way clear to remove it.
What tension?
Yeah,
Such stakes.
I don't, You know what, Jep? You come back here with your parents, and we'll figure it out.
What about... I mean, what kind of fish out?
Can I just pay
20, a donation to the church to just ease our minds.
I mean... Sure, you know what, you can roll a persuasion check. Let's give that another go.
17?
20. 20 gold given.
1 gold for each point. Persuasion check.
She looks at you and goes, fine, I suppose I'll give it a try. And she pulls out her sigil to lay over the front of her robes and begins concentrating and casting. And a glow suffuses from her into Jep, and then she falls to the ground, holding her head screaming as her holy symbol shatters.
Congratulations, you solved the quest. With
20 gold.
She rolled a 1,
I had to bribe fate to do it.
and then she rolled another 1.
Ooh.
On her wisdom check on why this is a bad idea, to ignore the messages her goddesses is sending her. She's just like, no, I just have an upset tummy. 2 1s in a row.
Good. Because she rolled a 20 against me.
I wasted all your good dice.
So, as you stand there and the light leaves her, draining from her, and starts encircling this child, it starts growing, and a manic laughter starts busting out from inside as a tall, half-elven man is standing before you, wearing just resplendent robes with a mithril rapier, a shiny shield, covered in just spider motifs, with webbed-up shoes that are glowing lightly. And he stands up, gives an elaborate bow before you and says, hello, my name is Erich Raspe Rauda, famed adventurer. I'm sure you've heard of him.
Oh yeah, I've heard of him.
That would be a
That is good.
curse for, Eric. You can't tell stories. No one will believe you or remember them.
I mean, to be fair, that doesn't stop you telling them.
No, that's why...
It also kept him from leaving. It locked him in place. Oh, you're meaner than Eric than I've been at any of the games that I've included in it.
As Eric appears behind, as the light infuses, he starts just stretching and goes, 10,643 years, 12 months, 4 weeks, and 3 days. And he pulls out in a watch and goes, nope. And he's just like pulling out different timepieces. And he goes, this is this dimension. And slaps it a few times and goes, in 12 minutes. I have been stuck here.
It sounds like you're in my debt.
Be careful, you don't want him owing you something.
You say that, and this grin starts appearing on his face.
But I don't know that.
Now
I'm going to be on an adventure.
Introduced to the wide world of adventuring. You will become rich and famous, but you'll hate every minute of it. Especially this character.
I was cursed to be here before the city existed. It's why I created it. Because I was stuck in a ramshackle shack in the middle of nowhere. So every time someone passed by, I invited them to stay.
Eric invited people to stay somewhere? Man, he got bitter.
The dark places you go, man.
But it's Eric, so he asked them to stay a while and listen.
Yes, he did. And Eric begins to spin this tale of years going by where he convinces people to build something. Anything. To end the monotony of his days.
Yeah, and they'd forget why they were convinced to do it, so they'd probably just do it.
Yeah. And build something, and build something, and build something. And about 5,000 years ago, it became a kingdom.
It's about the 15th I've started so far, but I mean, you lose track after a while.
I like that he just jumps into it. I'm Eric.
Not.
I know.
Not. I won't bore you with the other 14.
I really ought to be going. Been here a while. Plus, there's another world I've heard of that lost all of their gods. I want to see if I can restart it. And he pulls out a huge bag of money and goes, here you go, these are your problems. Just 2 bags thrown to you and goes, thank you very much. You're of course, in the debt of Erich Raspe Rauda for making your life more enjoyable.
Not that it'll hold
Glad I could help.
And here, take this too. And he hands you just a card.
Okay.
He goes, good day, and just disappears in a huge puff of smoke that says, Raspe Rauda.
Just whispering in the wind.
I like to imagine it's like the skywriting spell. It actually says, Raspe Rauda, famed adventurer.
Sure. Erich Raspe Rauda, famed adventurer.
Also, do
So,
those sacks of...
drop all that into the bag of holding that thus far has gotten almost no use.
Also, do those sacks have little dollar signs on them, or what's the symbol for currency these obvious sacks of money have?
One of them is a bag that has the sigil of some, looks like a gnome head in a little hat. Some just random gnome, I'm sure, completely unimportant. And the other one appears to be just a sack that looks like, coal would come in. It's kind of dirty, kind of dingy. You're not sure where it's from. Probably a blacksmith somewhere.
So, I now look down at Pricilla.
She's lying unconscious on the ground. Symbol shattered.
I use
Dead at such a young age, such tragedy.
the stone, and I send message Mama June.
Alright, what do you send to Mother June?
That boy wasn't a boy after all. And Priscilla's unconscious from removing the curse. Do I recall what the next step we had to do was to...
I don't know. She no longer has her holy power. She probably can't be the priest of this area anymore.
Would you like to look into the church?
Sure. I mean, unless literally I'd be bumping into her with the door, which is what...
No. She's down the steps. She can open the door and check
Sure.
it. The fire's no longer burning in the hearth. The flames are extinguished. There's no light. There's no warmth. It's almost as if its hallowed status was ripped from it.
You know what would make a useful church for your religion? One with a nice ornamental hearth.
Just get a real good discount. Though theoretically, if this is a
Well, it's just the thing is,
worldwide
everyone in the area just knows that's where you go for church.
So, as light comes through there, you just hear a... Pricilla?
Book it, Dano.
A confused, concerned voice calling for Pricilla coming from... Seems like the house side of the church.
She's on the front porch. She's not doing well.
What? And you just see a man, big man, about 6'5", 6'6", human, rush out, kind of gray in his hair, and he seems to just be wearing like a standard day wear, trousers, boots, a shirt, and a symbol. The same.
So I know from what we have, basically, that at this point I could probably put together that she has done what we were eventually looking to do. She has betrayed her god by using her powers in a way her god did not want, and her god has left her. It's basically what I know based on the research that we had done, that I had done.
Yes.
Okay.
That we had done. That Molly gave you a sandwich to do.
Yeah. And you also remember from the reports that she has a husband.
Yes. Well, yeah, I never knew that. Elvis.
Not his name, but all right.
Pricilla. Obviously, that's her husband's name.
So he right past you. No, it's not Elvis. So he runs past and runs down the stairs and goes, Silly, is like picking up and holding her, and he reaches into like a back pouch and pulls out something way too big to fit in a back pouch and just feeds it to her. It's a potion. You're aware of it.
Yeah.
And she starts to stir and wake up and look up at her husband and just starts crying and goes, I've made a mistake.
Such evil unleashed upon the world.
Hey, not this world, though. Eric bailed as soon as he could.
Yes, you still haven't figured out why and how he got cursed, but that is another story. So he picks up Pricilla and just says, it's okay, we can fix it, and runs back inside and closes the door.
It involved a goat, 2 chickens, and 6 gods, and he doesn't want to talk about it.
I don't believe the last part. That's not a thing he doesn't do.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Well, that's the point. You start the story with that, and I don't want to talk about it. But I like you, so I will.
Yep, you have to warm me up. But get me in the mood, I'll tell it.
A little foreplay, alright? Let's not go straight to the...
Let's see how you do with these other stories first.
Alright,
Like
so
the time at the lake.
you're standing on the porch. You're standing at the bottom of the steps. There's broken pieces of an amulet on the ground. But other than that, you're just standing there.
What?
Alright, you have a shattered sigil of... I keep wanting to call her Brigga because I'm going back through...
Brigga.
It's like Baldry.
Yeah, Baldry. I'm going back through the Spellmonger series.
Yeah, that's good. It's dense.
If you guys... Yeah, if anyone out there likes a good book, a big, long book series full of fun characters, Spellmonger by Terry Mancore is a good place to start. Have fun with it.
What's the activity on the street?
To most of the people, they were just standing there and they're, like, shocked.
The hearth's gone out. I just kind of walk by someone, and it seems like they're
You're just Doctor Whoing it.
Yeah.
Doesn't she look tired?
I mean, yes, that is... Shut up.
Okay. As you walk, you just start hearing the whisper start spreading. The hearth is gone. The hearth is gone. The hearth is gone. The hearth is gone. As it seems to be spreading throughout the area as you walk by.
Yep.
All right.
Now,
go
the
back?
true question is, how are the innkeeper and...
Oh yeah, that's what. I mean, I don't know what people remember yet, and I'm not willing to mess this up to find out. Do they still remember? No, my boy Jeb.
Do you? Does he?
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, your kid said he was cursed, so I got him uncursed, and then he just poofed away.
But yeah, I head back to the inn, back to my room.
Okay.
I got some money to count.
Or something.
You pull out the bags?
Yep.
Okay. Which one do you open first?
There's
the
the one that
one
looks
with-
like coal.
Yeah. Open it up, and... a dagger shoots out of it, straight into your ceiling. Just ding.
Is it a nice dagger?
You can pull out and
Yeah,
investigate.
I'm gonna pull that out and I'm gonna go with that.
Alright. It is about foot and a half long blade. So it's a relatively short dagger. Dang. To me, I don't know.
Dagger.
No.
So it's longer, which is more close to like a short sword.
No. I don't like that that's a dagger.
I mean, it technically qualifies.
I mean, it's an extra pointy dagger, but, you
It's-
know, Robin Hood is known for his daggers, so...
Alright, so, and it's got an ornate carvings into the handle. It looks like flames running up it, and there's some rubies on it.
Yeah, so yes, nice.
Yes.
And in the bag?
As you look into the bag, it seems like there's something in there you just can't quite see. You're going to have to reach in to pull it out.
I go get someone who, with our group, is downstairs. Yeah.
And
she
And-
doesn't
No,
know
not
about
with
me
the group.
yet.
Not with the group, no.
has signed contract.
I don't know that.
Yeah.
Mary.
Oh, this is before I take naps?
Oh, yeah, you're taking a nap.
Yeah.
So, no. The only one downstairs is Girl Mary, who you don't know is associated with you yet.
And Abbot.
Abbott's
I don't.
in the back room. He is not in the common room.
And I'm either out shopping or in the kitchen.
Okay, well, I have to wait for someone else.
Okay.
So,
Are you going to investigate the other sack? Or
no.
No?
The first one had a trap in
Yeah,
it.
the first one had a track in it. I need help.
Okay.
So I will sit in the bar, waiting for people, with the bags back in the bag of holding, along with the dagger.
What about the card?
Card's already in there. I never took that out.
But you never looked at it either.
Nope. Especially now. No. I need help.
This stuff is definitely all cursed.
Yeah, no.
It's Erich's bags. Every bag has to be an adventure in itself.
Obviously.
Well, you can.
So
cast
I wait
detect
for
magic.
people, but I'm watching for barkeep,
The innkeeper?
innkeeper. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. He wanders in. He's at the bar, so.
I'm just kind of keeping an eye. I'm just as he figures out. Does he figure out his son's not there? Does he never figure out?
His son usually works in the morning.
But I'm just kind of keeping an eye out in the situation.
Detect magic.
I don't know.
Alright, so that's your... Okay, so...
Until someone arrives. Yeah.
Your errand took longer than anticipated, so Ryan would be in the back cooking. So yeah, you're in the back cooking with her, June.
Okay.
Because of the forgetting and having to search for the kid who's sitting.
I think I literally came back here and back at least once in between, in the middle of there.
Yep.
Which is fine because on her mindset, it was I had to go there and get him and come back. So it's as if I'd done what she thought I was doing.
Yeah, you were not doing anything in particular, Mary? Girl Mary?
Maribel. I now have a job, so I do start looking around the town for at least to pick up some more clothes than just the adventurer guild and common clothes I have.
Okay.
Do you ask around for a recommendation on a good shop?
This investigation as I'm out and about on town, yeah.
Yeah, you're looking for
7.
Oh, you're never going to find it.
Yeah, I mean, you see some, you just keep winding up in the wrong districts, it seems like. I mean, there's blacksmiths here, there's, some place that sells hats, and like a general goods store, and there's a couple, produce stands and stalls like that. You don't...
No, I go into the general goods store. I assume that's where they sell clothes.
Okay, you go in there.
I look around. Do they actually have clothes here?
No. They have, like, household general goods. This is not an adventurer's general goods store. This is a general goods store for a, like...
major metropolitan area where they can specialize versus probably the thing near my farm was a general goods store.
Yeah, this
the
is...
place you go and buy your
like,
oats.
You know, yeah, there's, like, flour and oats and stuff of that nature there.
Yeah. Well, go back out and... I'll eventually find clothes. I do ask at the general goods store. It's like, where can I... Do you know a place to buy clothes at?
Yes, they do. They send you up and look for a Thurston Howell's clothery. Send you that way.
Okay. Well, I'll take their instructions and go on that way.
Okay. You walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how delicious! Lovey, look at this. Dinner. We'll be soon, I'm sure, but we'll have to wait for this lovely patron. Come in. Welcome to Thurston Howell the Third's clothery. How can I help you?
I'm starting work tomorrow, and I just got into town. I only have, some commoner clothes and my travel clothes to get here. I was looking to pick up at least a dress or two that would be good for a work environment.
Oh, something professional.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to wear those shoes, are you?
Do herringons wear shoes?
I do not believe so. They have...
That's fine. We'll make it
feet.
work. We'll make it work. As
You can
goes
design shoes for that.
He goes off and starts pulling out dresses and suits and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to try this? I hear they're coming back into style.
Is it a suit of some sort?
It is a zoot suit of some sort. It's like this color green. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, seafoam
The
green.
the Vampire the Masquerade book green.
Yeah, the darker, not the lighter.
A nice sea foam.
I
Like
don't
the
know.
middle range.
That is a little dark for sea foam.
It's freaking green. So pulls out a couple. It's like that
Marble.
is the
Marble?
color of the suit
Marble.
Maybe.
with nice polished buttons. And it comes with a hat. We can have a holes cut in it for your little ears to pop through.
Okay. And that's what
the rest of us have little ears. Hers are big ears.
And that's the professional kind of attire the town's into right now? Like,
I've seen professional people wearing these around town. Yes. A lady much of your same stature,
right.
actually.
To be fair, she happens to be going in where Molly will be so happy. I will not.
well, if that is the professional wear, I'll get that and probably a sundress of some sort. Yeah.
I mean, that's just nude. You're just covered in light.
I described to this closer the idea of a light, flowy, dress that you wear in the summertime.
Like a peasant skirt.
No, that would just be a skirt.
No. Remember, this is the medieval society. The distinguishing is based on layers. Peasants have one layer.
Yeah.
Nobles wear like 5 or 6. You want airy, that's peasant dress.
Yeah.
If you don't into that, you're in the wrong store.
I thought I could smell the bumpkin on you. Yes, let's see if we can find something.
Just ask
I mean,
for-
to be fair, also.
I'm like,
Farmer.
yes, but
You're supposed to say.
It's what my mother always
give me
wore.
whatever has the most ribbons.
So he pulls down like this.
just a dress.
It's a dress, but it looks like something. It's very plain, with only decorations around like collars and ends of sleeves, like something they would wear under a dress. It's like a shift.
Mm.
It's a winter shift, so it's a bit thicker, but it would be thick enough to, or thin enough to act as just a dress if that's all you were wearing.
It's like, I don't think that's... Well, tell you what. I'll get this suit and I'll wear that to the start of the job. I'll look around more for what an appropriate style of dress would be in the area. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So 10 gold for the zoot suit.
Mm. I tried to talk him down to 8.
Okay, go for it.
Because I have 8. I got a 6. I'm just so country bumpkins, like, I'll have 8. I actually show him the coins, like, this is what I have.
Oh, we can't have you walking in and out like that. Very well, 8. He takes it from you. But just remember, when you're later in the job, just come and give me the other 2 gold if you can.
Okay. You just realized I own a now green zoot suit?
No, I just realized you now have debt. Which, for your character in particular,
Hey man,
funny.
Yes.
we didn't put any debt on you.
No, she doesn't even realize. Because this
That was the problem last time too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, this is just a friendly transaction with the
Yeah.
local neighborhood store. It's like
Yeah.
you get them back when you can.
Yeah, it's like, just put your thumb here. Alright, you feel something puncture your skin as you push your thumb against it, and you pull away, and a little gobble of blood is left. He goes, excellent, and that is your debt. Here's your copy. Don't worry.
You just
Find
signed
you
a
in
debt
about-
in blood.
Don't worry, we'll find you in about 2 months if you haven't paid it back.
Okay. Now I just go back to the bar despondent. And
Just
realize,
like, I don't read anything.
why did you read?
Why don't I ask questions?
It's like, I want to get hammered again, but that costs too much money and I'll end up owing the bar money.
Hey,
Hey,
at least you're dressed.
sometimes you gotta spend money to lose money.
So after
That's
you get
what
enough,
you have to do that every time, actually.
so after you get enough personal experience, do you want to head up the racketeering side of the business? You'll know all the ins and outs because you've been on the other side.
He succeeded his insight check to realize you were a country bumpkin who wouldn't realize what debt does.
Yes.
He succeeded at the moment you asked for a sundress.
It's like, he doesn't know what that is.
It's like,
But
just
I
one layer
wore
of
them
cloth.
all. I wore them all the time back
It's like,
home.
it's like one layer of clothes. That's underwear.
Yeah, here's your shift, weirdo. I mean, you can just wear like one layer of clothes, and I'm sure there's dresses. It's just
You went to the fancy place.
you went for the fancy boy.
While I was directed there by a rude, should have known better and got kickbacks general store.
I mean, there were other clothiers around that area, but it would be worse of him to deny you that experience, don't you think?
I mean, really, I did great when I went there. I left with 4 outfits.
You mean he did great when you went there?
Shut up.
He really sorted you out, though. You got an outfit for all occasions.
I've been made to wear the same one over and over again.
That's a
Yeah,
tragedy.
I've been really enjoying that.
That's a tragedy.
That amuses me greatly.
Remember, you can always dress differently. It's up to you.
Okay, so, girl Mary, you're heading back to the inn. You're sitting there despondently, wishing you could drink.
Yes. I have my evening meal, then I turn in for the night.
All right.
Just so I can, be up bright and early for the morning. He said they get together in the morning down in the common room.
Yep.
He didn't say when, so I'm going to be there at the crack of dawn. Well,
Since
actually,
you asked
about
Dawn first.
actually, I'm going to be there like 45 minutes to an hour before dawn. When real people get up.
That's when work is done.
Yes.
Your father was not a cow farmer.
Yes.
They're the only ones who wake up at, oh God, 30.
Oh, okay. Other people want the sun for reasons.
Yeah, like harvesting.
Alright,
Yeah, it's like,
so
I don't care what the sun is. It's wheat. It doesn't care.
we woke up. Where's about 10? So
My goal would be to get up around right before supper. The idea being that I then shift my schedule to being awake during the night and then going to bed right after the morning meetings.
Okay.
That's my goal for my schedule.
Okay, you can totally do that. I'm fine with that.
Slip into a nocturnal schedule.
but
My dream.
so we got up about 10, and he needed 5 or 6 hours, so he'll be finished around 4 or 5.
He needed 5 or 6 hours, and you got up at you checked on him at noon, so it'll be 7 or 8 when he's done.
Okay.
Which it's getting closer to. You got 2 more hours till you is the earliest time you need to check on him.
Okay. I'll keep working on my cooking and see if Misty needs anything as far as anything that I can help her out with.
I mean, as it got busy, you definitely got kicked out of the kitchen. I mean, doesn't take 5 hours to make a turnover.
Sure.
Pie, so.
Okay. So do I have additional time between then?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're kicked out of the kitchen,
it's 3.
Okay.
You have a pie. You have 6 hand pies
All right.
with whatever filling you felt like doing.
Yeah.
Even hams. You've got a corpse.
Well, I'll do a savory filling, but I'll refrain from any sort of sentient cannibalism for now.
Just
I mean, it would really just hurt Molly's feelings.
But in the I'll go ahead and take them and have them cool upstairs in my room for now, I guess.
Okay.
So when she walks out, I'd gather her.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
I need some help as I'm investigating. Let's talk upstairs.
Okay.
Moses just stand there with a tray full
Yeah.
of pies.
So when we get up to her room for her to set it down, do you remember Jeb?
Yeah, I remember Jeb.
You do remember Jeb.
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time with Jeb.
Jeb's gone. Pricilla's hearth is out.
Ooh.
So, Jeb was some sort of half-elf? Adventurer type? Anyways, he gave me these,
Powerful.
and this dagger shot out of one of them when it looked up, and I think I'd have to, it's a magic bag, so I'd have to pour into it before I could necessarily find out what it contains. I figured before doing anything, probably best to have someone else around.
Okay.
So, ritual cast detect magic before moving further. So, I lay out the bags, the dagger, and the card. Is all of it magic?
Yes.
I'll go ahead and hit you with an inspiration.
You're my inspiration.
What school do I get from the coal bag?
You get Sorry, I had my notes. I know I should have looked. I just
fine.
got completely sidetracked.
I'm just thinking of a normal bag holding. Is it transmutation or conjuration?
It's a very good question.
Are you summoning stuff or is it remaking things?
I'm not
I was
sure.
like, I don't think we even have that anymore because we don't really have like listings of the spells that are used to make the items anymore.
Yeah. You look at the bags and they're. I'm just gonna go with transmutation.
Okay. What is the dagger?
Evocation.
And what is the card?
The card is
From a distance.
Why are you scared? Why are you scared of the card, Adam?
I'm scared the card is
Why
going to
you
do the
scared-
same thing that
why you
happened to
scared
him.
of- Why are you scared of the card, Adam?
It looks like Extramental Spaces is Conjuration.
It's not extra dimensional. His bag wasn't destroyed.
Oh, then yeah, I don't know. But I'm like, all the gate spells, teleports, that's all Conjuration.
I didn't do that deliberately. You're welcome.
Thank you.
You shut them into the
So,
bag.
like, swoop!
You're off on an adventure now.
To be fair, how much would Eric have loved that?
Just showing up in the astral plane. Gotcha.
Me
just
and
like-
X. It
I'm
would
like-
probably because he was right there. It would be me, him, and the ex-cleric who was
The only
unconscious.
thing that would because the bag is destroyed and everything in the bag would be zipped away.
Yeah, it creates like a little wormhole. Everything with
No, it doesn't. It's
Depending
just
on
in the bag.
which one you do.
It's just in the bag. Oh, right. Oh, that is not what that's what I needed. It is strong conjuration on the card.
Somebody.
Can I bring him back?
Is that what you want to do?
No.
Well, it's a card.
A card to summon Eric.
You're looking at it at a distance. There's writing on it.
You know, I'm not worried about that at this point. But just to know then. Yeah, so feeling that there's no other necessary way, I put my hand into the coal bag.
You feel. Oh, actually, what's your AC?
10.
Jesus, Adam.
What?
Okay, you feel a
Wizard?
You feel a slight spike of pain. You take 1 damage. Pull your hand out of the bag. You leave it in.
What did it feel like?
It felt like something bit you.
Take my hand out. I take the hour to identify.
When you pull your hand out of the bag, dangling at the end of your hand is a badger about this big. Looks like a young badger.
Regular standard magic item.
You can go ahead and add a familiar
What?
to your sheet.
Non-standard magic item.
You have gained a bonded familiar.
You did not spend 10 gold. Let's go.
You don't need the feat. It is a familiar that is bonded to you.
To be fair, he's a wizard. You just have to learn the spell. That's one of the things you can do.
Yeah, you have a bond.
I don't know if I could. I don't know how I would justify that spell between my potions and my eyeball. I have themed magic, so that's actually a spell I almost always take that I couldn't justify or I would already have. So I have a badger familiar?
Yep, you have a badger.
Neat. Fey, fiend, or celestial?
It's a very good question.
Completely mundane badger. You've just yanked it from wherever it was from. This is...
Do I
Eric's
sense
the
anything
badger.
further with the bag other than that it is its home?
The bag has shrunken down into what looks like a small bracelet.
Bracelet or collar?
Bracelet.
Oh.
Like, I wear it to bond it to me.
Well, I mean,
Spend my hour to identify.
it is a bracelet of item concealment. You can put something inside of it, and it is the bracelet can be detected, but the item cannot. And if you spend an hour attuning it to it, you can make it turn into something else, like a bag, for example.
That hides a badger.
Which hides a magical familiar badger that binds on bite. Good thing this isn't 3.5 where you take like a whole bunch of stat negatives for a year if your familiar dies. Throw badger at someone, bites him, immediately kill badger. Welcome to your minuses.
I mean, that would be a lot funnier. But it's very Erich Raspe Rauda, I think, to have badger in bag.
It's like, what'd you do? I got you a present. What is it? It's years of responsibility.
No, I like the idea that this badger was at one point sentient. He took it away and sent him on a new adventure in this bag to regain sentience.
Yeah, poor badger used to be smart, but then somebody stole its magic belt.
Does this badger have a beard?
It was literally a random animal choice, and I decided on badger. I completely forgot about that.
We never let you forget about that.
Well, if you had tried sooner, it wouldn't have been a badger, but now you have a badger.
Okay.
A small badger, to be clear. It's not like a full-size badger.
I'm pretty sure the badgers in the PHB are tiny, or at least small size. I don't think they come in medium.
Well, yeah, because he'd be a giant badger.
How
at that
big,
point.
like, a small creature is like, still weighs like 30 or 40 pounds.
A small creature is like a person. Like
Yeah.
a small person.
It's a
like
small,
kid.
yeah,
That's
it's a
the word
small
for small
badger
person.
as
Children,
in not
that's
the
the-
size category small.
Oh, okay.
Because that would be a gigantic freaky badger.
Yeah,
That'd be like saying a small frog is...
they actually have two badgers: the tiny beast version and the medium beast version.
This
So
is the
never a small badger.
Yeah, this is the small
I
one.
meant small as in size,
Tiny.
not category.
It's tiny.
Tiny badger.
And while we're at it, I will spend another hour and identify the gnome face bag.
It appears to be a... So you identify it?
Mm-hmm.
And
Or if you want to identify it while I'm identifying the other one.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that just to cut down on some time.
It appears to be the exact same item.
Oh, okay. So we got another object.
Also,
Yeah, it's a wristlet of item concealment. Or a bangle of item concealment.
Right.
Armband of item concealment. Yeah, that's got the best ring to it. We'll go with that. No, I'm going to change the name again as soon as Ram writes it down again. No, it's fine.
Pardon my French, but you're an ass.
That was English. I recognized it. I don't speak French.
Mon Dieu.
Omelette du fromage.
Do the throat ones.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead and
Point it towards... point it away. Open.
Point away from people and open it.
Okay.
And
Nothing about.
Nothing happens.
Nothing shoots up. All right. And go ahead and put it inside out.
Nothing seems to happen. There is a darkness in the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
I'll risk it. Reach in.
You reach in, and your hand feels something fabricy. You grab it and you pull it out. It's another bag.
Bags inside of bags.
This one
10
has-
minutes. Detect magic.
The
And it
bag does not have any magic in it, and the
becomes
bag turns into another armlet.
No, you have that one.
Sure.
Yeah.
Turns out it's, pardon my French, coal. Your coal.
No.
Open this bag.
All right. Inside of there is money.
This is what I originally came in here a while ago to start counting. Pour out on bed.
It's like a chaotic mixture of electrum, which is not super useful in this kingdom.
What can be changed to?
Yeah. Platinum, gold, copper, all mixed together. Like, no organization,
It's a
all
bag.
mixed together, and as you get to the bottom of it, a mug falls out.
What does the mug look like?
It's beautifully decorated. It seems to
Does
tell
it tell
a
what
story.
he's storing?
It seems to tell a story. You recognize the figure, one of the figures on it, as the tall elven man. And on the bottom it says, "If found, go on adventure, find Erich."
Yeah, that should be the scene of him fighting dragons, I believe.
Yep. No, wait, he wouldn't send him to Erich. It says, "If found,
Go on an adventure."
Go on adventure, find..."
Find dragons.
No, what was my character's name?
Your character's Caladan.
Yeah, find Caladan.
Return to the ownership of Caladan. Also, kill dragons. Chicks love dudes who kill dragons.
Unrelated, but still get the countdown.
I love that it's like in really tiny script on the bottom.
It just says unrelated, but...
Dude has to tell a story.
But I
whatever
figure
species.
Caladan is probably the least adventure prone of that party, so I figured Erich would definitely just send random people to his door to try to drag him into an adventure.
Just like, Danny
While
Caladan,
while
there's
she is
somebody at
still
the
here,
door.
I will read the text on the card.
Okay. What languages do you speak?
Common, Dwarvish, gang code.
Okay. You do not recognize it.
Do you know the language?
Celestial and Sylvan.
You do not recognize it either.
No clue.
We'll
The
figure that one out
common
later.
Is magical though.
Yep.
Wait, did you not end up with Elvish?
No.
It's like you were an elf.
No, Sylvan's my language.
Oh, okay. Are you not normal elf? Are you that high, really fairy elf?
I'm an Eladrin.
Yeah.
Nope, I am an Eladrin.
The charisma.
Well then, otherwise I spend the rest of the evening working towards counting.
Okay.
I don't think you identified the knife or the card.
He did.
I did not.
Okay.
Well, he detected magic on the card. He didn't identify it.
Yeah, I detected magic on the knife too.
Oh,
It was
nice.
evocation.
Yeah, evocation.
Evocation, yeah.
Okay, let's. Okay, I'll just do this. Sure, we'll give you this many. Oh Jesus!
Too many?
Never too many. We're talking money here.
Or it's, oh Jesus, look at all these ones.
Okay, so there is a grand total of 15,262 coins.
15,252 coins.
Okay.
It's got to be at least 152 gold then.
Minimum.
Yeah.
I guess it could be less if some of the coins are just straight up trash.
Okay.
We did have
So
iron
do you want to
pieces.
start from highest to lowest or lowest to highest?
Let's start with copper.
Okay. Unfortunate. 93% of them are copper.
Oh, we're doing percentage. Okay.
Ooh. That's a rough one. Look what you did. You had so much money. You blew it.
Yeah, but it could have also been 1% of them as copper.
Yeah.
So that's why I let him choose. It's actually
I made the wrong decision. If that would have been platinum, I think I would have broken the game.
Well, we would have had a lot of money.
Nah, the best decision would have been go for the middle currency. And
That wasn't an option.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you have 14,194 copper.
All right.
That is technically money.
It's a lot of fucking copper.
I could see Erich paying in that.
So could I.
No one doubts that Erich would have this on him. Erich routinely just handed us a bag of money and said, "Get out what you need."
Who counts money? It's worthless.
It's how you entice other less adventurous people into adventures.
Okay. So, Adam, now you have the next total. You want to start from the top or the bottom? You want to go expensive or cheap? Because the next is either going to be platinum or silver is the next one.
That's not what I wanted my choices to be.
I mean,
And we're now doing a percentage of the remainder. Okay. Silver.
bad choice.
Alright. 55% of that is silver.
Seems like normal currency breakdown. 90% in the lowest denomination, 50% of the remainder, the next
So
lowest
that's
denomination.
588 silver pieces. I'm rounding all these numbers up, so your total's actually going to be higher than the number I originally gave
That's
you.
fine. I'll just delete that number. You're working with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Platinum.
Alright. Because, yeah, it's platinum or gold.
Or Electrum. You said a weird mix of Electrum.
Electrum's after gold.
Oh, okay.
No. It's between silver and gold.
Is it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to remove Electrum because that's a dumb currency.
It is.
It
Yeah,
is.
that's what Electrum is. It's silver and gold, yeah. That's good math.
Let me...
That's the point is you could always roll low, but you want to go with the highest number first. That's the best chance to get the most money.
But we didn't know what the system was beforehand.
Okay,
You had an
so
option
you're
to choose
going...
low or high. You should have chosen high on default.
Okay, so you're going platinum for
Yep.
this roll? 12% is platinum.
Okay.
So that's 58 platinum.
It's still not bad.
Yeah. And then...
That's better than all your copper.
And then 423 gold.
Okay.
It's a mini game. You completed it.
I feel like I could have done better.
Yeah. If you had 93% platinum,
To be fair, I don't know that that's what I would have wanted. 93% gold would have been nice. 93% platinum feels like that would break some of the things with the economy.
That's the sort of thing that gets assassins sent after you.
Yeah.
That and, Mannerite chunks.
Yes.
to be fair, that would be my problem to deal with, not yours.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. I still eternally kind of figure out how I'm doing things from your position. I have been a game master so much that I still always think about that. No, that would be bad. That would not make for an easy flow of the game. You're curating an experience for us.
Oh, it wouldn't have concerned me in the least. I already have fixes for it.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to deal with those fixes, though.
Erich Raspe Rauda was like literally the first thing in this area that I designed, and then the rest of the area was designed around him being there.
As is proper.
Yeah, I know I've put him in a few games since. Oh, I haven't put him in my family's game.
But you could.
I will.
But you could.
You should.
I need to, because they don't know.
For the record, the way I came up with that original number was 300 D100s. Was the amount of coinage I decided that you had.
Were there any gems or other things, or just assorted coins?
Coins.
Assorted coins and one mug. And if you noticed, that was definitely, like, the smaller bag had some nature of enchantment on it that faded when you dumped it out. It was a bag of storage of some nature that faded and then poofed.
Okay. And I couldn't detect it while the stuff was in there.
Yeah.
It was hidden in a bag of concealment.
I took it out of the bag of concealment. And it still didn't...
It wasn't magical, yeah.
Oh, okay, I screwed up. It was magical. It poofed after you dumped all the
Okay.
stuff out of it.
One-time use safety bags for putting in other bags of holdings.
Well, you guys will figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Ryan probably already has an idea of how that worked out, but yeah.
It's utility magic, I'm pretty sure.
Well, obviously.
When you detected magic, it was magical. It was not utility magic. It was transmutation on the bag that dusted it.
I mainly was detecting things to try and keep from killing myself. I only took 1 damage. I didn't do too bad.
You also just have a badger in the room now. Well, you're counting coins.
Well,
What do I do if I want to get meat for the badger? But I have to walk down
Call it Jep and have it go get its own food.
there.
The badger just kind of curls up unobtrusively in your lap, and for some reason feels right to you. You don't immediately reject this living thing as something to be experimented on.
Break the bad news to the innkeeper. Sorry about Jep, but he got polymorphed.
He's new Jeff.
he is badger.
So it turns out he's cursed.
Well, he wasn't.
No, I have no intent on breaking the bad news to him.
You're just never going to bring up that you took Jim out for a day and he is gone now.
Okay, so it's relatively close to the end of the night. Boy Mary is waking up for his day. And that is where we will pick up next time. And, oh right, question for the day. What is your least favorite color on a vehicle? Whether that's like a plain color or a car
Gray.
or a truck. Like, whatever it is, whatever vehicle, the one you hate the most.
Gray. It's gray.
Desert,
much gray.
desert sand.
It's white, but that's different. Neither here nor there. So, thank you guys for joining us. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, do the thumbs up thing. I don't know, dance a merry jig, whatever you feel like doing, man. It's your oyster. Go ahead and suck it.
I don't like oysters.
Thanks for joining us. Have a nice day.
Did you just tell my audience to suck it?
Is that not okay?
The opinions of Bob are not necessarily the opinions of Jade Kind Gaming.
But in this case, they are.
No!
Oysters are delicious.